Now, the title of your CD is really interesting, Earthiotic. What does that mean?
Earthiotic is my word. I'm throwing this word to the planet.
Okay.
It's a gift, yeah. As opposed to patriotic, I thought earthiotic, because once...
Belong to the earth.
Yeah, you know, because we are, I mean, so once we are earthiotic, then everything comes under that. So I was thinking like that, because I realized that I was thinking more globally, and how there's problems happen when you become a real patriotic things. Then it's so I said, man, you know, earthiotic, and there was no word. So I said, well, great.
So is this your first album?
Yeah.
And it came out in 2004?
2005 actually. 2005. I started recording in...
So when did you leave for the US?
I left in the early mid-70s, yeah.
And you got to Los Angeles when?
83.
So it's taken you a while.
Yeah. Because,
why is that?
You know, once you go to Hollywood, from, you know, like Texas, it's a different ball game, and it's very, you really have to be there, what the game is, you know, and then it takes a while for me. I mean, I was like so shy a person, and I said, nobody's going to do this. I had to learn all this stuff. So this is what it took me a while to understand the system, how to go about, and then I said, okay, I'm going to be, you know, the manager, I'm going to be the publicist, so I had to learn that, and be everything. So I learned. And that's what I'm doing, and that's how I've managed to make this album. After that, now it's people are hearing it around the world, and so, you know.
But you're known as the, you know, you've got this great song, "Aao Aao Aao." You're known as the Suji Ka Halwa guy.
Yeah, you know, this a journalist out of Lahore.
Yeah. You know, Lahore's obsessed with food, so they must have loved it.
So she has coined me as the Suji Ka Halwa guy, and I'm taking the responsibility. You know, it's a big responsibility.
Suji Ka Halwa guy. Are you comfortable writing in Urdu and singing in Urdu?
You know, it just happens. If it happens, it happens.
So is it difficult mixing English and Urdu and mixing it on the same disc?
No, I write more English on the English side, you know. So, and like also like "Aao Aao Aao" does have Urdu English mix, which flows. Like I realized when I finished that song, that's how we sometimes used to talk. You know, we start in Urdu and then we mix in English, and I got stuck. So I said, okay, thodi der. I couldn't believe it when I heard those things. So I looked around for a minute. Again, I heard the voice sing, "Aao Aao Aao, Suji Ka Halwa khao."
Now, you know, the other song that really sort of jumped out at me was "Man Without a Country." It's a really great song. And I mean, the story behind the song is great. So, you know, was it the story that influenced you?
Oh, yeah. Because I was in Los Angeles and I was having my breakfast. So, and I was reading the LA Times, and there was a story. It says, immigrant stuck at the airport for 6 years. And I said, what? You know, and I read the thing, and I couldn't believe it, that the guy was at Charles de Gaulle airport for 6 years at that time. Yeah. So like 2-3 days later, I was sitting with my guitar and the song started, you know. Yeah. About 6 years ago, I came to Paris. Right. And ever since then, I've been stuck at the airport.
Have you met Mehran Karimi Nasiri?
No, because, no, I wish I could have, you know, because he was there another 10 years after that.
That's a good song. The other one I liked was New Orleans. It's another great song. So what inspired that? Not Katrina.
No.
Tell me.
No. Actually, the song was written long before Katrina.
Right.
But it was released in 2005, a few months before Katrina. See, it was May, the album was released, and this thing happened, I think, in September. Katrina happened in September. But again, I mean, when I went to New Orleans, I was there for like 2 or 3 days. I was so inspired. This was the most inspiring city in the US. You know, and I've been quite a bit throughout the US, but I came back and I just had to write, and that song started flowing. You know, sometimes when songs start flowing like that, it's the greatest feeling. So I wrote it, and then, but I recorded in you know, 2005.
Now, what about radio? You've got quite an involvement with radio, I understand. You have a internet
radio show. Actually, yes. And it's all because of a gentleman by the name of Mike Stark. Mike Stark is the author. He wrote the book on Black Sabbath.
Oh.
And he was an entertainment correspondent for ABC in the US. Mike and I connected early 90s, and ever since then, Mike has been a big supporter of my music and what I'm doing. Somewhere in between, because I had left music for a little while, but then in the early 2000s, I was part of this short film called The Ultimate Song, and which had people like Bruce Springsteen and Ice-T and Steve Earle and all that. So Mike was at home watching this movie, you know, and out popped TM after Springsteen and all that, and he goes, where has this guy been? Because Mike knew me, you know, so he connected with the producer.
Okay.
And that's how he got in touch with me, and he said, I have a radio show now, and I would like you to come, and I want to interview you and perform. What are you doing, you know, these days? So I had done that George Harrison thing, and a 4-song sampler which included Ow, Ow, Ow and Hallucination. And he just loved it. He said, man, you know, why don't you come, and I want to interview you.
So what is it that's different about your sound? You know, about what you do? What's different? What's different to what anyone else here is doing?
Well, you know, I see, because also like I was away. I haven't been in Pakistan, so maybe that is the difference right now. Because there are some good bands out there, but a lot of it is sounding alike, but there are some really good bands. And so maybe that's why my music is, I mean, I hear that from a lot of people. They're always saying, well, it's very different, you know. So I guess that's one of the reasons, because I was there. And I don't go for any particular sound, kind of like I try to, when I write, even when I'm recording with Jeff, I said, we want to give it a timeless feel. You know, let's try and give it a timeless feel, which can be ahead years, or you know, so.
Now you said you're considering coming back to Pakistan. I mean, does that mean moving back permanently, leaving LA, leaving that place in Santa Monica, the one room house?
Yeah, you know, it'll be hard. It'll be hard, but you know, I've been. There's a lot of love being shown since I've been for the 3 times.
But we're a fickle lot, you know.
Well, you know, look, I mean, who was your guest here on your show last week?
The Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister, and who is your guest today?
The next one. The Prime Minister of Music.
You know, this is amazing. I mean, like, you know, so I have to do something about it, you know.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'll try, but it'll be hard. And I'm hoping that things will work out. And maybe not soon, but eventually I'd like to.
Like to move back?
Yeah, move
but
back.
But in the meantime, do you see yourself coming and going and you know, doing more stuff here?
Sure.
Spending the winters here?
Yeah, well, I've been spending 2 summers here, so next time should be the winter, right?
Yeah, it's really hot in the summer.
I know, man.
So how's your album being received in Pakistan and generally, you know, in the US and the world? Are you selling it everywhere?
Yeah, it's around the globe. It's being sold by cdbaby.com.
Okay.
And you know, anybody can go there. In Pakistan, what I'm doing right now is it's available here at the 2nd floor, ladies and gentlemen, all over Pakistan. Please come to Karachi.
The 2nd floor is this really cool place.
Yeah, very nice. I love it. I mean, we need places like this in Pakistan, and this is a great place. When I first came, I said I want to play here. You know? And so right now, what I'm doing is whenever I'm playing.
This is your album.
Yeah,
right?
This is the album, Earth Aortic, and wherever I'm playing, it's being sold there. And like I'm going to go to Lahore and Islamabad, it'll be there. I don't have many left, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens.
This is the country of piracy, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, let's see what happens. And then maybe next time when I come around, hopefully there will be a launch. There's some local record company will launch it. I'm hoping, you know.
Well, TM, thank you so much for being here today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
And www.tm.com.
And that's where you can find TM. And you can find us at 24/7 at businessplus.tv.